Hawkstrider Rancher is a very powerful card, allowing you to quickly turn a series of small minions into slightly larger and stickier threats by buffing them. This card also gets greater value out of cards like Nerubian Swarm Guard and Twin Fin Twin, as the copies that are summoned also have the stats and death rattle given by the Hawkstrider. But what if I told you that this whole card was built on a lie? What if I told you that this card was bugged and using it would send you to Blizzard jail? If I told you that, I would be lying, but there is a typo. To show you how, I have to explain when versus after. Some Hearthstone cards have effects that trigger when or whenever another thing happens, such as Mana Addicts, whenever you cast a spell, gain 2 attack. Other cards have effects that trigger after something else happens, like Vicious Slither Spears, after you cast a spell, gain 1 attack. These are very similar effects, but what's the difference? When triggers occur before the triggering action finishes, and after triggers occur after the triggering action finishes. Duh. We can see the difference in this example, where casting Shadowword Ruin triggers the when effect of Mana Addict, giving it enough attack to have it be killed when the Shadowword Ruin spell casts. However, the Vicious Slither Spear survives, because its after effect triggers after Shadowword Ruin has been cast, and all the minions that would be destroyed by it have already been destroyed. So why does that matter here? The issue is that Hawkstrider says after you play a minion, but its effect really occurs when you play a minion. The minion is granted +1/+1 and death rattle before the minion's battlecry occurs, just as Mana Addict gained attack before Shadowword Ruin destroyed any minions. If Hawkstrider Rancher's effect truly occurred after a minion was played, the copies of Twin Fin Twin and Serenite Chain Gang would come onto the battlefield before any buff was given to the original minion. And how can we show the difference? With Rumbling Elemental, who has an effect and matching card text that triggers after you play a battlecry minion. I'll be using 2 cards with battlecry deal damage in some form, to show that these cards will deal their damage before Rumbling Elementals after you play a battlecry minion damage effect occurs. The 2 cards will be Sandstorm Elemental, whose battlecry deals damage to all enemy minions, and Elven Archer, whose battlecry deals damage to any other single target. In this example, Sandstorm Elemental's battlecry, dealing damage to enemy minions, happens after the Hawkstrider animation plays, but the Rumbling Elemental's effect, dealing damage to one random enemy, happens after the damage to all. Rumbling Elemental's random effect couldn't hit the 1 health Murloc that had already been killed by the Sandstorm Elemental's battlecry. The next card, Elven Archer, once again gets the Hawkstrider buff before the target enemy minion is dealt damage. Then Rumbling Elemental's random damage is dealt, unable to hit anything previously killed by the Elven Archer. There are numerous cards with whenever you play and after you play interactions to show this behavior. I'm sure you would find that every other comparable interaction between these 2 trigger timings would lead to the same conclusion, that Hawkstrider Rancher has been given incorrect text. Which really isn't a big deal, because it's just a typo, but it's also a typo, which is horrible and terrible, and I can't believe Blizzard would do this. Have a good day.